The reserve or the veterans that came back?
Yes. I got involved with ESGR because it's my way of helping those soldiers not have the same experience that I did.
Yeah. Yeah. So that, I mean, coming off of Vietnam, I remember you talking about being shunned when you came home from Vietnam. The community didn't support you. People in your own faith in church didn't support you. And they were angry about the war, and they put it out on the people that came home.
Where it mostly surfaced was at the university. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I've actually been spat upon, called a baby slayer.
Just not a good experience coming home from that war, and in your 20s, and here you are 60 years later, still being a part of the ESGR because it impacted you so much that you don't want any other person to go through that. It's interesting. How, I know I mentioned earlier like PTSD, and I know you had some issues, I think in your 40s when you rejoined the National Guard and getting back into the military to kind of face the trauma that was resurfacing. Did that really help? Like getting back in, being around the uniforms again, and being around people that were drilling, were out there with the machinery and.
Well, there was no help whatsoever for PTSD for Vietnam vets. I mean, what you went through in Vietnam, where my wife could not even touch me in bed, or I'd be wide awake, just a sheer touch.
Oh man.
And then I started having some flashbacks, and I decided I was going to face it rather than try to harbor it, try to hide it, which many Vietnam vets did. If you take a look back in the 70s and early 80s, I'd be willing to bet you that 90% of your town alcoholics were Vietnam vets. And that's what they turned to
just hide from the trauma, self-medicating,
get through that trauma.
Yeah.
So I had a friend who told me about a program that the National Guard had to try a year, where you could join for a year, and if you didn't like it, you could get out. If you liked it, you could stay in. And so I tried the year, and I decided to stay with it.
It was helping. Things that I just didn't appreciate till I got older and you were able to talk about it. I think you told me when I was old enough to start deer hunting, and you thought it was very important that I learned how to shoot a rifle and be a marksman, and not just that, but how to walk around in the mountains, navigate, and how important that was. But you would throw up.
I can tell you, my dad buying me a BB gun and later a .22 probably saved my life.
Yeah.